All right. Well, let's see. Lights, cameras, fancy outfits. For real this time. We must be at the 2022 Emerson Recognition and Achievement Awards, right, Sean?
That's right, Isabel. Welcome to the 2022 Era Awards, everybody. Broadcasting live and in person at the Robert J. Orchard Theater in the Paramount Center. I'm Sean Meyers.
And I'm Isabel Moon, and this is the 2022 Eras. This is so exciting, and I can't wait to see where the night takes us.
Me too. But before we start the ceremony, we have a very exciting performance from the Emerson Poetry Project.
So please welcome Jamie Trent.
Hi, my name is Jamie Trent. I'm from EPP, and I'm here to read a poem that I wrote. It's called In This World. In this world, there is only so much out there worth doing. One of those things is falling in love. Not with people at first, that's too hard, but with little things like leaves and dust, and caterpillars that turn into moths, and sunflowers that turn to the light, and when they can't find the sun, to one another. It's fine to copy them if we can't come up with anything better to do. After all, what could be better to do? That is where life begins. That is where nothing ends, when we bask in our smallness, insignificant, smaller than stars, and realize the only answer to the question, does any of it matter, is shouting yes to me. Because life, though smaller than space, is not in a vacuum, and little things are worth falling in love with. With practice and temperance and dedication, bigger things are too. The rewards of loving come when we know, when we look and touch and hear and persevere and prove to ourselves and one day one another that there is so much in this world worth doing. Thank you.
How about a round of applause for Jamie Trent and the Emerson Poetry Project? All right, I think it's about time we get this party started.
I couldn't agree more.
This has been a groundbreaking year for Emersonians. We're back to mostly in-person classes, and man, am I glad to be done with Zoom classes.
Me too.
And of course, the reopening of Backstage Deli.
I love Backstage Deli. If you haven't tried the pesto, try the pesto. Mm-hmm. And well put, Sean. ERA has always been about honoring and recognizing Emerson students, staff, faculty, and organizations that have worked to create community spaces and give student projects a voice. But it's become even more than that. It's become about recognizing those who have kept hope alive within the hearts of Emersonians, both on and off campus.
And with that, it is time for our very first award, the Isabel Sanford Award.
Oh, hey, that's me.
Are you Emmy Award-winning alum, Isabel?
No, but I could be someday.
That's the spirit. And it is exactly spirit that this award wants to recognize. This award honors a student that has the same ambition as its namesake, Isabel Sanford, who established this scholarship to be awarded to an African-American student of junior standing who plans to pursue a career in writing, film, television, or theater. To help present this award, please welcome to the stage Interim President of Emerson College, Bill Gilligan.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to join you at the 2022 ERA Awards. And it's my honor to present the Isabel Sanford Award. Isabel, as you just heard, was an acclaimed Emmy Award-winning actress, most well known for her role as Louise Jefferson in the long-running sitcom The Jeffersons. In 1986, Ms. Sanford established a scholarship in her name to be given out annually to an African-American student with a junior standing who's pursuing a career in writing or performing for film, television, or theater. This year's recipient received a great deal of praise from those who nominated. They said, "She's a young actress of considerable promise with the work ethic, dedication, passion, and determination to realize her goals. An excellent student and community leader, a force, creative, exuberant, dynamic, and demanding, a potential director, actor, a full person of the theater. She's kind, caring, tender, vulnerable, strong, and resilient. She's a young woman with deep connections to her family and faith. This foundation allows her to be her whole self. And when she is not, she has the confidence to continue a path of discovery. She is investing in her learning in every way." Her professors described Jasmine as a truth seeker and teller who possesses an innate curiosity about the human condition and the world around her. Her passion for and razor-sharp sense of storytelling is a skill that she applies to acting, directing, and to the feedback that she offers her classmates. One professor said, "She's one of the most focused and generous students I have ever encountered. She has embraced her education and grown so much at Emerson while holding on to her initial loves and interests. Few students I know have that diligence and artistic maturity to take the time, solve the problems, and realize their vision." And this professor, "Jasmine's classwork always brings an extra insight or a fresh way to present information. She contributes to class discussion in meaningful ways, which pushes her classmates to think on another level. Jasmine Hawkins shows up and brings her entire self into all that she does. She's curious, ambitious, and incredibly independent. In recognition of her presence in and out of the classroom, her outstanding lead performance in the Emerson stage production of Baltimore, her ability to direct a student production this spring, and her initiative in developing, with a plan to produce and direct, a production of Jelly's Last Jam for fall 2022. It is my great honor to present this year's Isabel Sanford Award to Jasmine Hawkins. Yeah, you go that way.
You can say congratulations.
Oh my God. Congratulations, Jasmine. You deserve everything.
Congratulations, Jasmine. Woo!
Woo!
All right. I think that we're basically professional award show hosts now. Don't you think so, Isabel?
I would say so. We even got the cards to prove it.
You're so right. And of course, we have a wonderful audience here with us tonight. If you're watching online, know that we feel your warm presence virtually and from wherever you are. Now that's the Emerson spirit.
You know who else is Emerson Spirit?
Who?
Our president, Bill Gilligan. We should bring him back to present the next award.
Good idea. Let's welcome back Bill Gilligan to present the Spirit of Emerson Award.
I think I heard more applause the last time. Now for the Spirit of Emerson Award. Before I present this award, I want to take a moment to recognize and thank the founder of this award, Tom Cooper, whom I understand is tuning in to our live stream, probably sitting by a pool in Hawaii with a Hawaiian shirt and shorts. Tom sought to bring a little spirit to the college by establishing the award in 2014. He retired recently from Emerson as a professor emeritus, but during his I don't want to make him too old, nearly 40 years as a VMA professor, Tom was a cheerleader and ally to many, many Emersonians. In the 8 years since establishing the Spirit of Emerson Award, Tom spread positivity by supporting numerous groups and events, as well as students, staff, and faculty on behalf of the Spirit of Emerson. In recognition of all that Tom has done, it's my pleasure to announce that going forward, this award will be known as the Tom Cooper Spirit of Emerson Award. Now for this year's winners. Nominees must meet at least 3 of 10 criteria to be eligible for this award. Among the specific criteria the committee highlighted when reviewing nominations for this duo are substantial contributions to advancing social justice, inclusiveness, diversity, and making Emerson a better place. These two have certainly done that as the co-creators and editors of Asia's Lunchbox Zine. Junior journalism student Mariska Luzada and senior journalism student Joe Malakdam both officers of Asia are the driving creative force behind Lunchbox that includes, supports, and celebrates Asian students at Emerson. And tonight, we celebrate them. Through personal essays, photographs, fiction, and poetry, Lunchbox tells the stories of students in a variety of ways, from pieces on identity to food to music. Not only is it a beautiful publication, but it's also relevant, timely, inclusive, and goes a long way toward creating a community for Asian students, both for the contributing creative writers and the readers, especially those who see themselves represented and celebrated. One student said, "Joe and Mariska work very hard to achieve success in their own fields, but they do this by creating opportunities for others as well. Opening the door for Asian students at Emerson to be as authentic as they want to be in their own art-making process." And in the words of their nominator, they have built a rich community that helps Asian students feel safe and at home at Emerson, regardless of where they are from or where they are living. Lunchbox was the first place that I felt both welcomed and heard as an Asian at Emerson. Their kindness and consideration have made a huge difference to my Emerson experience. It's now my pleasure to present the Tom Cooper Spirit of Emerson Award to Joe Malikdem and Mariska Luzada. I understand that Joe and Mariska are not able to attend tonight, but let's just give them one more round of applause.
Wow, congratulations, Joe and Mariska. I don't know if you're watching on the live stream, but if you are, hi.
Our next award is one that is very special to the Emerson community. Robert Kobe, former professor and chair of the performing arts, was one in a million and was ultimately known for his kindness and his compassion towards our community. Here to present the Robert Kobe Kindness Award is Maureen Hurley, Director of Family and Parent Programs.
Year, the Robert Colby Kindness Award honors a person or persons who spreads unconditional, unwavering, and selfless kindness among the Emerson community. The award is named for the late Bob Colby, a beloved longtime professor in performing arts, and seeks to celebrate someone who, like Bob, exemplifies traits of generosity, teamwork, compassion, and ethics, essentially living kindness by example. This year, we celebrate a winner who goes above and beyond in their roles as both staff and student at Emerson. The committee reviewed many strong nominations and was impressed by the thoughtful examples shared by this person's colleagues, fellow graduate students, instructor, and others, which speaks to the reach of their kindness. Said one nominator, wherever they are, they contribute meaningfully and thoughtfully to class discussion, career development programming, and community support. They have an amazing ability to make people around them feel comfortable and an intuitive understanding of when to draw attention and when to make room for others. Another nominator characterized their interactions when classes were meeting on Zoom as follows. They always showed up with enthusiasm and intentionality and listened to their classmates, asking engaged questions and letting peers know that they had been heard. Since then, I've had the opportunity to meet them in person, and they always make the extra effort to ensure everyone feels included in classes and in meetings. This person's leadership skills and ability to actively listen and demonstrate care were noted in a third submission, praising their kindness as an engaged, thoughtful student. The writer went on to add, I've also noticed this in their work with students at the college. They make time to support students' interests and needs. Every time I've connected a student with them, the student has returned with nothing but positive words. It's not uncommon for the selection committee to get multiple nominations for the same person. You've already heard quotes from 3 of the submissions for this recipient. However, there are an additional 4 nominations that I can't read, or the music will start playing louder and I'll be pulled off the stage with a hook. But I do want to say, in the immortal words of Mr. Rogers, there is no other person in this world like you, and I like you just the way you are. It is my deep pleasure to present the 2022 Robert Colby Kindness Award to the Internship Coordinator for Career Development Center in Student Affairs and graduate student in Media Design, Drew Genova.
Congratulations, Drew. Your dress is stunning, by the way. Our next award is the Jennifer Stowers Quintal Visionary Award, which recognizes a student who has shown true commitment to social justice. To help us present this award, please welcome Doug Quintal, Senior Executive in Residence of Marketing Communications.
Good evening. The Jennifer Stowers Quintal Visionary Award is given in memory of my late fiancée, Jen Stowers. Although her life was cut short, she's left a lasting legacy to social activism, justice, and changing the world one child at a time. For the past 18 years, this award has been given to individuals best representing the embodiment of Jen's spirit and commitment to change both on campus and in the community. This year's selection was not an easy process. However, two individuals emerged with such profound commitments to change and equality that I am pleased to announce co-recipients for this year's award. The first recipient has been described as driven. When presented with an obstacle, he doesn't back down. He finds a path around it or blazes one on his own. He's a member of the Social Justice Fellowship at Emerson College, where he has worked tirelessly to make Emerson more accessible for students of color. As an RA, this co-recipient took it upon himself to create a film immersion movie club after recognizing the films being made available to his residents lacked any real semblance of inclusivity. Since its creation, his students have been introduced to films offering a diverse range of perspectives, including Mexican cinema, Black female directors, Bollywood, LGBTQ stories, just to name a few. The second recipient has been described as empathetic, thoughtful, devoted, and genuine. She's a Dean's Fellow for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, a member of Asia, the president of Access, Emerson's Student Disability Union, and the Accessibility Senator for Power. In her spare time, she is the co-editor-in-chief for the Intersectionalist magazine, sits on the Diversity Committee for M Sports magazine, and serves on the Presidential Advisory Group and the college's Accessibility Advisory Committee. It is my distinct honor and privilege to award the JSQ Visionary Award to this year's co-recipients, Karthik Ramaswamy, and Shruti Raj Kumar. I understand that Karthik and Shruti cannot be in attendance this evening, so we'll make sure that these get to them. Thank you.
Congratulations, Shruti and Karthik. You know, I think it's time for a little bit of a break. Don't you think, Isabel?
You read my mind. With over 100 affiliated student organizations on campus, there are a ton of opportunities for students to get involved, hosting events, producing films, shows, or magazines, collaborating and networking together, learning how to lead, or just simply having fun.
We would like to spotlight these orgs throughout the show, starting with this video. Also, at this time, would all Purple Key recipients come to the front of the theater?
Yeah, but you can say Noel Renee.
Noel Renee.
Gordillo.
And now everyone, put your hands together for another performance, Love and Relapse by Noel Renee.
Everything has changed, I'm not asking you to stay. Waiting is the game and I don't wanna play. Talking to my friends, they say it's gonna be okay. And I know that it's true, but it doesn't get me you. Do I even want it back? No more frail strings attached. Too soon to go back, afraid to have a love and relapse. Can't waste my time with a boy who makes me cry. My heart is on the line, too good to have a love and relapse.
Did you want to get your sandwich?
Might sit on the couch and pretend you haven't left. Talking to the walls to get you off my
Jam! If you guys want to listen to that song and more, make sure to check out Noel Renee on Spotify. All right, Isabel, I think that it's time that we hand it over to the one and only Jim Hoppy, VP and Dean of Campus Life, to present the inductees for the 2022 Purple Key Society.
Everyone, please welcome Jim Hoppy. Is this the dance? This is the dance. Come on into the middle.
When there's nothing to lose and there's nothing to prove, I'm still with myself. If I looked all over the world, and there's every top to go, but your empty eyes seem to pass me by, leave me dancing on with myself. So let's sink another drink, 'cause it'll give me time to think.
Hello, it's good to be back here. In a community full of people who make an impact, every year a group of students, faculty, and staff on the Purple Key Selection Community have the daunting task of identifying those whose impact has gone above and beyond, those who have made a change that has changed themselves, as well as had a profound and everlasting impact on the campus community. It's my great pleasure to introduce this year's inductees into the Purple Key Honor Society. Sonali Anand. Sarah Ashmore. Ainsley Basic. Carly Bronkema. Samara Shaheen. Santana Costi. Reb Kushkoski. Clark Dean. Alexandra Dudley. Jaden S. Sinyan Fu. Rachel Galliero. Thomas Garback. Sophia Giordano. Madison E. Goldberg. Emma Goldman. Chen Yang Gu. Aurora Hanissian. Mary Kichkowski. Alyssa Rain Lara. Philip Aiden Leary. Omar Mardini. Avery Merton. Diana Mucciet. Cassidy Mulligan. Aiden O'Flaherty. Mariana Paletti Reyes. Shruti Rajkumar. Karthik Rasmusamani. Victoria Sai. Lily Sexton. Emma Shapiro. Cassandra Shelley. Caitlin Taylor-So. And Shmruti Thurnakafakasoro. Congratulations to this year's class of Purple Key.
Are we good?
Congratulations to all of our lovely recipients, and thank you so much for all you do for our community.
Speaking of community, I think that it is about time for our second organizational spotlight video.
amazing, folks. But I think we should shift gears a little bit to the Outstanding Returning RA Award.
You're an RA, right, Isabel? How's it going for you?
Being an RA in Little Building. It's great. No, I'm just messing with you. Shout out to all my residents and shout out to LB staff.
Oh man, I miss being an LB.
Do you?
Simpler times.
You sure? Communal bathrooms.
Anyway, let's welcome to the stage Christy Anglade, Director of Housing and Residential Education, to present the Outstanding Returning Resident Assistant Award.
Good evening. This individual has served as a resident assistant for the past 3 years, combining time on the Boston and the ELA campus. They have a positive, upbeat attitude and keep those around them laughing and in good spirits. In March 2020, their supervisor shared that they were one of the first RAs to come forward and asked if there was anything at all that they could do to support residents in transitioning home safely. They always put others in front of themselves, but also established and role-modeled appropriate boundaries. Their peers and supervisor have described them as passionate, dedicated, caring, supportive, and wise beyond their years. In their second year as an RA, they took on a leadership role within the newer staff. It was a challenging year, as several items were still partially remote, but the leadership they provided was strong and helped really bond the team, which in turn helped everyone build a community in Colonial during such a difficult time. When entering their last semester on the Boston campus, they requested to be placed in the Little Building. Excited to have an impact on the incoming class by carrying on and initiating traditions in the Little Building, such as the Little Building Movie Club. They have been such an amazing example that their residents have gone on to become strong members of the RA team. We are forever grateful for their years of service, continued energy, and dedication and positive impact on the Emerson experience. This year's Outstanding Resident Assistant Award goes to Karthik Ramaswamy. Karthik is joining us online from the ELA campus, so he's not here to accept the award, but I'm sure he appreciates hearing from all of you.
All right, congratulations, Karthik. You do an amazing job serving the community, especially when residents lock themselves out twice a week.
Pro tip, invest in a lanyard.
Guys, we give them out for free in LB, come on. Well, now that we've recognized our returning RAs, it's time to recognize the new hires. Sean, isn't it also your first year as an RA?
It sure is.
Yeah, Sean.
What's even better is that I'm actually going to be in LB next year too. But for now, I'm still repping Piano Row, P-Row.
Love being an RA. Please welcome back Ms. Christy Anglade to present the HRE Rising Resident Assistant Award.
This RA has regularly gone above and beyond the standard expectations of the resident assistant position. They have incredibly strong communication, community building, and interpersonal skills. They are often the person who helps boost morale both within their staff team and with their residents, utilizing their sense of humor and sass even when times get tough. Their residents frequently comment that they are a pillar of the community and excellent support of their success in their first year at Emerson. During the RA interview process, several residents commented that this RA inspired them to want to become an RA themselves. One of the marks of a truly great resident assistant is the impact that they have on the community and the student experience. So I would like to share a few quotes from the individuals who have nominated them. From our student staff, they are the most hardworking, dedicated resident assistant I have ever known. They have fostered a community, and residents look up to them as a leader and mentor. I am so proud to have worked with them. From another staff member, they have helped first-year residents become impactful Emersonians. Their approach does not stop at the residents, but extends to the staff. They have helped me grow into a better RA and a better friend. From their residents, they have created a very nice and comfortable social space on our floor. They always wave at us and say hello whenever they see us. They just make us feel very welcomed, even when we knock on their door and interrupt their naps. They are really funny and spread positivity. And from one more resident, this individual is both my RA and next door neighbor, and has been an absolute joy as both. They have spared no effort to be welcoming to everybody on our floor and has worked to build a community of genuine friends amongst their residents. They are, in my mind, one of the best parts of my Emerson year. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to announce that this year's Rising Star Resident Assistant is Nicholas Rentiera.
Congratulations, Nicholas and Karthik, and a huge thank you to the entire HRE staff. We couldn't live here without you guys, literally.
Well, moving right along, the next award goes out to a special orientation leader who has gone above and beyond to help new students adjust to and thrive at Emerson. Please welcome David Todd, Associate Director for Student Transitions, to present the Orientation Leader of the Year Award.
Hi, everybody. How are we doing tonight? It is so good to be with you here tonight, and I'm so excited to have the opportunity to talk about this person. So the OL of the Year Award is presented annually to an undergraduate orientation leader who exceeded expectations and lived up to the motto, OL for life. This person joined the orientation program this past year and represented its core values at all times, serving as a role model for fellow OLs and new students alike. We had over 100 amazing orientation leaders this past year, and there were many incredible nominations for OL of the Year. Tonight's award recipient is a key member of this year's orientation team and was described by their nominator as someone who is authentic, focuses on solutions, and takes initiative. There are so many reasons why this OL is deserving of this award, and I'm going to let the nominators' words speak for themselves. Nominators had the following things to say about this particular person. This OL was a fantastic OL to work with. They were always super helpful when anyone had a question and in supporting other orientation leaders. They were especially committed to making sure the move-in process for new students ran smoothly. This OL lives out the orientation goal of equity through their work in a predominantly white school major and orientation program. They're able to see the areas of the program that could be improved and want to work to make it a better overall experience for everyone involved. This OL has been able to support students by being able to relate to those with shared experiences and those without. While I wasn't in their group, I know this OL did a great job on their Faces of Emerson presentation, and I know they would like to work beyond orientation to make Emerson more equitable and inclusive. This OL shows a genuine interest in creating the best possible orientation experience for new students and for other orientation leaders, and also has a keen eye for identifying the areas of the program that need improvement and wants to work to do so. All of those words so perfectly embody the impact this OL has on the orientation program, to incoming students, and to the Emerson community. I'm so happy that they will be returning as an OL again this coming fall, and I have so enjoyed working with them during this past year's program. Their continued energy, enthusiasm, and eagerness to offer a helping hand to those who need it is truly inspiring. It is my distinct honor to present this year's Orientation Leader of the Year Award to Susan Eyring. Congratulations, Susan. She's coming, she's coming.
Cash wisely. Oh, there's the mic. Susan got back there. Thank you, Susan. Anyways, Susan, hope you spent your EC cash wisely and not all at El Jefe's at midnight like I did.
I think we're all guilty of that sometimes. Anyways, on to our next award for Fraternity and Sorority Life Member of the Year. Please join me in welcoming Jenna Coviello, Program Coordinator for Student Engagement and Leadership, to the stage.
Good evening. I am delighted to present this year's Fraternity and Sorority Life Member of the Year Award. The FSL Member of the Year is presented to a member of the FSL community who has strongly upheld their organization's goals and values through their work in the community. They've promoted ideas of inclusivity, equity, and anti-racism practices within their chapter, and will create a lasting legacy for their chapter even after they have graduated from Emerson. I am ecstatic to present this award to this individual, as she encompasses all of this criteria and more. This leader has always taken initiative. She is engaged, open, and willing to take on any challenge that may come up as a president of a chapter. With the introduction of SEAL's Student Organization Compact, this leader has never asked for permission when making changes to her chapter that would better recruitment processes, selection of new members, and new member education, which our office has been delighted and proud to support. She doesn't shy away from difficult conversations surrounding FSL's relevance on Emerson's campus and beyond. She asks the hard questions and utilizes her executive board to form new ideas and ways of doing things. She pushes membership to take part so that ideas aren't just talked about, but implemented. She doesn't place blame, but brings forth conversations and ideas with love and a commitment to betterment for the organization, and not just for a select few. When it comes to chapters to emulate, her chapter has been the first on my list this year. And I know that is in large part because of her, though I doubt she would admit it. It is clear from her actions that she cares about her chapter and FSL's future here at Emerson. And it is because of her actions that I believe her chapter will become the standard of what all organizations, not just FSL, should strive to work towards becoming. All of this to say, she is also a genuinely cool person and a student leader I love working with and I will miss dearly. I have said this to her in a previous meeting we had, but I will say it again. You should be so proud of everything you have done here. You are off to do even greater things. I am so honored and proud to present this year's Fraternity and Sorority Life Member of the Year Award to Eliza Fu.
Congratulations.
Up next is an award that was introduced for the first time last year. It honors an organization that uses forward thinking and has created new forms of programming to push boundaries and to keep the Emerson community engaged. Time for the Innovative Programming Spotlight Award.
Ooh, did someone say spotlight?
Isabel, come on, it's not all about you.
Oh, come on, but the spotlight loves me. Hi. All right.
Right, getting back to our regularly scheduled programming, please welcome Carlin Bosmajian, Associate Professor of VMA, Cinematography Filmmaking, to help us present the Innovative Programming Spotlight Award.
Hello, everyone. This is great. This is great. And what's so exciting is that I have had the amazing good fortune of being the faculty advisor of tonight's recipient of the Innovative Programming Spotlight Award. This award goes to the student organization Frames Per Second. Is anyone from Frames Per Second? Do they happen to be here? Yes, please come up to the stage. Any of the board here? Yes, that is great. All right. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. All right. So I just feel like I want to have a drink with you all and relax, but can't do that. We got to focus. I just want to talk about for a moment about Frames Per Second because I've been with them a long time. They're a narrative film production student-led org that's been providing filmmaking education in all areas of movie making. This year, Frames Per Second has hosted workshops on producing, cinematography, grip and electric, screenwriting and directing. We had a panel hosted by Women in Film that featured Emerson students, alumni, and professors discussing what it's like being women in the crazy film industry. In the last 2 years during COVID, Frames Per Second continued hosting many workshops by leading film professionals via Zoom, which was like an experience in itself. Oliver, excellent work on that. Let's see, as well as the workshops, FPS every year creates 2 substantial short films, the freshman narrative, spring narrative productions. Each fall semester, the Frames Per Second board reads through dozens of script submissions, and we have many heated debates and ultimately choose one script that will be the freshman narrative and the spring narrative production. It's a great process, and we've read so many amazing stories. The cast and crew are selected by the end of the spring semester, and 2 films get completed. With these productions and workshops, freshmen are getting the opportunity to really immerse themselves in the film production process with the support and experience of the juniors and seniors on the FPS board. The spring narrative film creates opportunities for student stories that may not have had the chance to be created within the regular curriculum. And FPS has also been acquiring all kinds of new filmmaking equipment that's frequently shared with other orgs to help the production process. They've been working hard on archiving past years of FPS productions as an ongoing record of the org's creative achievements. Pablo, way to initiate that one. That was really great. Just thousands of feet of 16 millimeter film in the basement of 172. And you're like, this is precious. We have to archive this somehow. It was great. But amidst all the meetings, workshops, and productions, there's an unspoken mindset and outlook that I see that develops between the students and Frames Per Second. It's like an outlook of mindful, creative collaboration. The world of professional filmmaking is an intense, demanding, discriminatory industry that desperately needs to diversify and evolve. FPS creates a filmmaking environment outside of classes for students to practice their craft, develop a strong sense of responsibility, creative freedom, and learning the important value of having each other's back. I'm really proud of the legacy this FPS board has created. You really shaped the FPS into something special. I could not be more excited for you all to share in this award. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Frames Per Second. You are a shining light. Nothing? All right. In the community. At this time, we'd like to present the final organization spotlight video. Thank you to all our amazing orgs for providing awesome opportunities for us.
Now it's time for our final performance of the night. Everyone, put your hands together for a Rock of Ages medley from Musical Theater Against the Grain.
Well, you're a real tough cookie with a long history of breaking little hearts like the one in me. Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Let's see how you do it. Put up your dukes and let's get down to shot, fire away.
Yeah, you come on with a come on, you don't fight fair. That's okay, you see if I care.
You shut me down, it's all in vain. I get right back on my feet again. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. harden my heart. I'm gonna swallow my tears. I'm gonna turn and leave you here. All of my life I've been waiting in the rain. I've been waiting for a feeling that never ever came. It feels so close, but always disappears. Darling, in your wildest dreams, you never had a clue. But it's time you got the news. I'm gonna harden my heart. I'm gonna swallow my your tears. Turn and leave you here. Hey, sweetie. You say, oh girl, it's a cold world when you keep it on yourself. I said you can't hide on the inside all the pain you've ever felt. You better ransom your heart, but baby, don't look back, 'cause we got nobody else. We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, it'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. You're true in the end. Hold my heart. I'm gonna swallow my tears. I'm gonna turn and leave you. Never in my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd go. But it's time to let you know. I'm gonna harden my heart. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight.
Great job, M-Tag! I guess you could say they rocked the stage. All right, our next award is for a student who makes waves in our community, and they definitely deserve the spotlight.
Oh, me again.
No, Isabel, not you, not quite, all right? But please welcoming me and joining Britt Loughlin to the stage, Housing Operations Coordinator, to present the Student Spotlight Award.
Yeah, Britt.
Good evening. Michael Jordan once said, "Heart is what separates the good from the great." And this person has one of the biggest hearts I've ever met. This person does not seek the spotlight or look for grandeur or praise as a student leader. Rather, he lets his hard work and his positive attitude do the talking for him. This person has filled multiple different leadership positions on our campus, including being an RA in Little Building, a co-president of Ebony, and an editor for M Sports magazine. This person carries himself with a level of optimism, grit, and compassion that I admire greatly. Despite facing some of the most difficult uphill battles since coming to Emerson, he still works hard to not only be a role model for other young men of color, but also to create spaces for these students to feel visible, supported, and uplifted. He continues to challenge himself and others to do better, often looking for his next personal challenge just to see what he's capable of.
One great example of this is an interaction that I had personally with him at the beginning of this semester. One day we were waiting for the elevators on the 3rd floor of Little Building, and he just casually told me that he wanted to run a very long foot race that happens each year in his hometown that was only a few months away. Despite not being a runner or even ever having run like a 5K before. When I asked him why, or rather questioned his sanity, he shrugged and replied cheerfully, "I want to see if I can do it," and then proceeded to take the stairs up to the 13th floor of Little Building to start his training. And to the surprise of no one, a few weeks later, he had recruited 2 more of my staff members, who are also not avid runners at all, to train with him because of his infectious optimism and desire to challenge himself and others to grow. So, just like the soccer ball he dribbled as my upstairs neighbor his freshman year, I am never letting you live that down, bud. His leadership, compassion, and dedication to our community are strong, consistent, and unignorable. It is with the fullest heart that I present the Student Spotlight Award to Diogo Fernandez Tavares. Thank you.
Congratulations, Diogo. I'm so proud of you. The next award is all about outstanding leadership to a special sophomore or junior who has done the absolute most for the Emerson community. Now, to help us present this award, even though he isn't dancing, please welcome back to the stage Jim Hoppy.
Since 1986, an Outstanding Student Leadership Award has recognized an Emerson College sophomore or junior for their service and contributions to the college, their leadership role in the community, and their meaningful and lasting impact on the quality of life here at Emerson. In a community such as ours, you can imagine the competition for this award is quite fierce. On a campus brimming with leaders, however, this year's winner, Katerina Mondor, stands out from the crowd. A comedic arts major originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Katerina is a second-year RA, known for creating a welcoming and friendly environment for her residents. A member of the College Honors Program, who also is completing 2 minors, Kat sets a strong positive example for her residents and peers. In addition to her work as an RA, Kat is the treasurer for Kappa Gamma Chi, a peer mentor for Immersion, and a volunteer with Emerson Main Events, most recently helping produce the Masquerade Ball. For that particular program, Katerina worked diligently to ensure all attendees had access to resources to have fun and feel confident attending the event. During a semester at Castile Well in the Netherlands, Kat had a leadership role at the Black Swan Cultural magazine, acting as the co-editor-in-chief. She encouraged her peers to submit photos and stories from their time abroad. The magazine is made to both commemorate travels and inspire the next classes to go to Castile. In her RA role, Kat makes herself available, hosting community events and programs to help residents with any issues that arise. Even when hosting quieter events, such as a silent reading or studying period, Kat still creates an environment that encourages academic success and community. In Kappa Gamma Chi, Kat works to create an inclusive environment, engaging all members of the chapter. Since being treasurer, Kat has restructured the group's dues collection system, instituting a more accessible pay-what-you-can method. This makes it possible for the organization to do beneficial events and fundraisers, such as their current clothing drive, to support the organization's Second Chances. Through the Immersion program, Kat is often the first experienced Emersonian to connect with new students. In addition to time in the classroom, Kat connects with students separately to offer guidance and perspective. She's guided many of her mentees to find their spot in campus organizations, serving to strengthen the fabric of our community. Through her enthusiasm for the school and dedication, Kat inspires new students to get involved, bettering the campus. At the heart of Kat's leadership style is a willingness to listen and a desire to challenge and broaden her perspective, appreciating that leadership is just as much about listening and being a sounding board as it is about making decisions. Both inside and outside the RA role, Kat also makes herself a resource for others to come to if in need, especially those navigating concerns around mental health or relationships. Please join me in congratulating this year's outstanding student leader, Kat Mondor.
Congratulations, Pat.
And keep up the great work, no matter how many Celsiuses from the Lions that it takes. Thank you, Hannah. Oh.
Isabel, you gotta stop drinking those, all right? You're gonna get a heart attack one day.
Hey, I spent the last of my board bucks on that. If anyone else has any board bucks, please email me. I ran out. Thank you.
Are you ready now?
Definitely. So, like we said before, part of what makes Emerson Emerson are the orgs. We'd like to thank anyone who is part of an Emerson org.
And our next award recognizes the Organization of the Year. Once again, to present this award, please welcome back Britt Laughlin.
Thank you. I am very pleased to award the Org of the Year today to an organization that started as a hopeful manifestation of community almost 4 years ago, and that has grown significantly since. It can be a challenge to find yourself on the outskirts of what is considered the norm, particularly at a school like Emerson, where one might expect the quirkiest and out-of-the-norm students to flock to, and they do. But even amongst the Emerson community, there are still group norms we maintain subconsciously. And when it comes to spirituality, it can be especially challenging to find yourself on the outskirts. Despite this, Emerson Mystic has actively worked to become a harbor light for students who cannot find a place within the world of spirituality that will accept them. So I would like to invite any and all of the members of Emerson Mystic that are here today on stage. Sprocket, you have me as we spoke. Sprocket was very nervous about coming to stage by themselves, and I said, if you want me to come up, I will come up, but surprise, shouty. I'm so happy for you. As your advisor, it is a pleasure for me, I'm sorry, I have to hug them first to finish, to see you all grow, especially this year, because Mystic has found itself faced with a multitude of challenges. But each time leaves me awestruck as their advisor with their ability to redirect this energy into good. The e-board has been working hard to establish, maintain, and amend frayed ends of connections with other student orgs they want to partner with. Dismantling and addressing historical harm and inaction has been a key mission that has driven the work of Mystic this year. The greater mystical community overall is incredibly whitewashed and appropriated, and the e-board here has centered their work within the group on this as a very intentional growth point in everything they do. Each meeting and event has always been focused on how can we do better. They have worked to move away from our standard astrology and crystals, which is wonderful, but also towards very important topics for educating members like non-white mysticism, what is a closed versus an open practice, and how to decolonize your overall practice as a witch or a general mystic. Along with this, they've rebounded from a highly restrictive programming year, and they've successfully brought back their most popular events like their Salem trip in the fall and the Beltane Ball at the end of this month, featuring a maypole and I'll be there.
It's on the 23rd.
23rd. Moreover, they have gone above and beyond the traditional bounds of our community and have established a collaborative mentorship with a group of Suffolk University students, starting a similar type of mystical organization. In a society and a time in history that tells us that the only way to survive is to focus on the me and the mine, It is because of the actions of groups like Mystic that remind us that the only way that we can begin to thrive is if we shift our focus to the we and the us that makes us an authentic community. So it is with great blessings and so much pride that I present the Organization of the Year Award to Emerson Mystic.
Congratulations, Mystic, and a huge thank you to the rest of the orgs for keeping students engaged and for giving us the chance and the space to stretch our creative wings. Man, if Griff were in attendance now, he'd be so proud.
Yeah, he'd be glad that we're not all lying around.
Isabel, please no lion-themed jokes. Oh, man. I guess this calls for another dance. Hit it!
Then you put your arms around me and we tumble to the ground and then you say, I think we're alone now. It doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now.
Oh my God, I can't believe I summoned Griff the lion. Griff, will you help us introduce the next award?
What's wrong? Cat got your tongue?
All right. Who's making the lion jokes now? Anyways, thank you, Griff. I'll see you later. This is the best day ever.
Man, seeing that lion really gives you a sense of pride, doesn't it, Isabel? Which is apropos for our very next award, the Tom Cooper Lion Pride Award. Please help me in welcoming Associate VP for Campus Life, Eric Miersep, to present this award.
Thank you. Good evening. Many years ago, we created the Lion Pride Award. Last year, we honored retiring Professor Tom Cooper by renaming the award after him, a name you're familiar with tonight already. Tonight, I am proud to present the Tom Cooper Lion Pride Award for 2022. This award is awarded to an undergraduate student who has made significant and meaningful contributions to Emerson this academic year. This person is passionate and humble as a member of our community, someone who inspires others and instills a sense of pride within our Emerson family. The 2022 award goes to someone who exemplifies all of these things. Here's a little bit about our recipient. As the president of several student organizations on our campus, it is clear that they have contributed to the Emerson community socially, professionally, academically, and most certainly with pride. This individual has breathed life into a once inactive organization, knowing that there was a need for this on our campus. This student has also worked tirelessly to raise funds and advocate for several local and national organizations to help spread much needed awareness. Even included in this, sending over 100 letters to the United States Congress. They have worked hard to share their pride of Emerson. They proudly discuss Emerson to prospective students and family members and help bring future Emersonians into our community. When asked in the nomination process how this individual promotes ideas of inclusivity, equity, and anti-racism practices throughout their work on Emerson's campus, the nominator shared, they established a Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee for the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association and has advocated for justice in the speech language and the hearing sciences. They have hosted guest speakers and conversations surrounding equity and inclusion and how to change clinical practices, research practices, and medical racism and biases in the communications, science, and disorders fields. They have helped open up raw conversations around ableism in the CSD field, and they have placed emphasis on cultural humility in education and in learning. They have hosted conversations surrounding accessibility and how to create accessible media and how to have inclusive holidays. It is clear with everything that this individual has done, they are the pride of Emerson. And I am proud to present this year's Tom Cooper Lion Pride Award to Tori Tsai.
And thank you, Eric, especially for all your support with keeping our campus and community safe over the past 2 years.
That's right. Now, I'm excited for this next award, Emersonian of the Year. Please welcome Pranit Chand, Vice President, Nico Pittman, Lion Pride Senator, and Kristen He, Communication Studies Senator and Pro Tempore of the Student Government Association, to present this award.
Hello, guys. Hello. Only 3 more hours to go. No, I'm just kidding. This is one of the last ones to go. But welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm Nico Pittman.
I am Pranit Chand.
And I'm Kristen He. We're from the Student Government Association of Emerson College, here to present Emersonian of the Year Award. This award is to recognize a special individual that have act as a significant pillar of support, demonstrate leadership, as well as provide encouragement and compassion to the rest of campus body. The recipient of this award is an individual who shows so much support and encourage to the needs of Emerson College community and Emersonian lifestyle.
Sorry. This year, the award is being presented to a faculty member who has gone above and beyond for the Emerson community during this challenging academic year. From constantly being a fierce advocate for the LGBTQ+ community to leading the gender-affirming voice program, this person has connected with students at a deeply personal level. We are so thankful for what they have taught in the realms of inclusivity, equity, and being respectful for other people's differences.
Their students and co-workers claim that they are always a warm person and welcome you with a hug every single time. Despite having to deal with a lot of personal challenges, they have always put the needs of their students above everything else and showed up each day for their students with a positive attitude and a shining spirit. As someone who is always willing to chat with you and provide you the support you need, this person has not only taken the Communication Sciences and Disorders Department to a new level, but has actively participated in bringing compassion in the community by doing little things like mindfulness meditation before classes. It is our deep honor, and I am very grateful to provide this award to Emersonian of the Year, Barbara Worth.
A well-deserved honor.
Isabel, as the 2022 Aero Awards winds down, I just want to take a moment and thank you for being such a wonderful co-host.
Aw, thanks, Sean. You too. It's so nice to be back in the Paramount for the Aero Awards this year. We love seeing all your faces. Emerson has grown so much in the past year, thanks to all of you.
What a lovely sentiment. This year, Emersonians have continued to inspire, innovate, and evolve our community. We're extending a big thank you to all of you. The Eras wouldn't have even been here without you.
And with that, we are on our final award of the night, the Era Award of Distinction, which is awarded to any member of the Emerson community who has routinely exceeded expectations and is highly involved on campus. Here to present the award is Era Committee Chair, Allie Witek.
Hi, everyone. In all my chair duties, I forgot to print my speech, so I'll be reading it off my phone. For those who don't know me, my name is Allie, and I am the chair of the 2022 ERA Awards. Rebuilding this award show after it had not been a live, full-scale production since 2019 was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But I could not have done it without my mentors and friends, Chelsea, Jenna, and Josh, and also my committee. I am so thankful for all of you here tonight and so proud of our recipients. Emerson and the world have faced so many challenges over the last few years. I could go down the list, but I think you probably already know everything on it, as I haven't even said the P word in my speech yet. So with all of that in mind, I'm here tonight to present the ERA Award of Distinction to a very special group of people who often go overlooked. We received hundreds of nominations, but one stood out to all of us very clearly. A highlight from the nomination reads, "Every time I visit Paramount Cafe, I'm delighted by Todd's presence." Whenever he checks me out, he says, "I appreciate you," and that really affected me. Most people would just say thank you, but he said he appreciated me, and it felt like he meant it. One time there wasn't any ketchup, and Todd was so sorry. He went in the back and grabbed some for me. It's a seemingly small thing, but he went that extra mile, and I know he does with others as well. Multiple friends of mine have told me Todd has had a positive impact on their days. It's people like Todd and the Bon Appetit staff that keep our students fed and healthy. These people work tirelessly to feed us food, clearly made with love, through all kinds of weather, and continue to cater to our unique needs during a pandemic. This year's ERA Award of Distinction goes to some of the most valuable members of our community, the Bon Appetit staff. Thank you. Y'all can come up if you're here.
Congratulations, y'all. Isabel, it breaks my heart to say this, but we have reached our last award.
Oh, I can't believe it. That went by way too fast. Unlike the line to get chicken tenders at the Max.
Or the line to get sushi at the Lion's Den. Shout out Victor.
Shout out Victor. Or, you know, the elevators in Walker.
Or the Isabel, we can do this forever.
I'm sorry, I just don't want the night to end.
All good things must come to an end.
Oh, so you want to stop hosting with me?
Isabel, please. I'd host with you anytime.
Thanks, Sean. You too.
I just want to get to the Max before it closes.
Oh, of course you do. But before you leave, we want to give a big thank you to the entire ERA committee for making tonight happen. Let's give them a round of applause. And thank you to the Office of the Arts and their support to bring this event back to the Paramount and in person, and for Emerson Productions for providing the live stream.
And thank you to the entire Emerson community for staying safe so we could broadcast in person in our beautiful Paramount Center.
And of course, one last congratulations to all of tonight's recipients, and a big thank you to all of the wonderful performers.
Well, I think that's about it. We'll see you next year, Lions.
Thank you, and good night!